Okay, so we're going to look at how you do coding for variables that uses a Likert scale. So for this example, I have another theoretical data set, and this data set is composed of 10 cases, and of the 10 cases there are about 10 different variables. So the first variable is just patient ID, and then you see in here Q1 to Q9. Q1 to Q9 represents different questions from a tool called the Patient Health Questionnaire. The Patient Health Questionnaire is used to screen for depressive symptoms or to categorize patients in terms of different severities of depression. So when you have a Likert scale and you want to code for it, you have to ensure that all the values that you use in the code are same for all the questions are for all the variables, because if all of them use a Likert scale, then all the coding and the value labels must be the same. So if we look at Q1, we'll see where 0 means not at all, meaning the person never experienced symptoms or whatever it's describing within the last 2 weeks. And then you have 1, which means it happened for several days. 2 means that more than half the days within the 2 weeks, or 3 means that happens nearly every day. So you have to ensure that for all the variables that uses the Likert scale, that it's the same coding. So when you code all the responses in the Likert scale, what you could do is that you could create a composite score or overall score, and then based on that score you could get categories that you could use in further analyses. So as I said, this is based on the Patient Health Questionnaire 9. So if we go in data view, so we've seen all the different responses that the participants would have given for the different questions. So if I show the labels, you see the labels come with all the responses, but we would have coded these responses so it reflects in figures. So what we're going to do, we want to create a total Patient Health Questionnaire 9 score. So we'll go to transform, compute, and in compute we want to create a new target variable, and we're going to call it PHQ9 total. Okay, and so for that we're going to add Q1, Q2, Q3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you see here in the numerical expression. So everything is in place, so we'll press OK. When we press OK, now we get a new variable with different figures here. So what we're going to do now, I just want to remove, going to variable view, just remove the decimal places. Okay, nice, and we're back here. So these scores now, we could use these scores and put them in different categories for the different categories that represent a different severity of depression. So we want to create a new variable, and we're going to call that variable PHQ9 category. So go to transform, recode into different variable, and take our PHQ9 total score, send it over, give it a click. The new variable that we want will be PHQ9 underscore cat for category. Just to label it here, PHQ9 category. Okay, I'll just click change, so you've seen it here, and then now we're going to enter the old and new values. So these will be based on ranges. Okay, so let's go. So we want scores that range from 0 to 4 to become 0. We want scores that range from 5 to 9 to become 1. Add that. We want scores from 10 to 14 to become 2. We add that. And we want scores from 15 to 19, 15 to 19 to become 3. We'll add that. And lastly, we want scores from 20 to 27 to become 4. And the reason it's 27 because remember we have 9 questions, and for each response the codes would have been 0, 1, 2, 3, and the highest score you could get if you answer all 9 questions with 3, then 9 3 is 27, hence why the range ends at 27. So these would be our new codes in the new variable. And let's click continue, and let's click OK. And over here now we see where we have PHQ9 category. I'm going to do something similar. Just going to remove the decimal points. Right, and here we are seeing the new codes. So what we want to do, we want to go back into variable view, and we want to create labels for these codes. So these codes now, so you have 0. So 0 would be minimal or no depressive symptoms. 1 now would be mild depressive symptoms. 2 would be moderate depressive symptoms, and 3 would be moderately severe depressive symptoms, and then we'll have 4 which would be severe depressive symptoms. And we have all of them, and we click OK. And if we come back here to our data view, and we should look at our value labels, you could see that one person is at mild depression, one at severe, the others here at moderate, one person moderate, severe, and so on. And this is just an example of how you could code Likert scale and get meaningful information or meaningful data out of it.